the projects that you have coming are pretty big. I mean, you're working with Charles Hamilton and Mickey Factz, both on the recent cover of Double XL. Shot Stimuli, incredibly dope artist. Skyzoo, incredibly dope artist. Like, talk about being able to work with some of those guys and just the music that you have coming out that the world needs to be ready for.
I mean, I think to me, like, I kind of look at myself, and I look at everybody that's in that group, where, like, although some people are a little bit further ahead as far as what their situation may be, or how their projects are progressing, we're all kind of like bringing ourselves up at the same time. So we, like, for the most part, I can't speak for everybody, but I have good relationships with like 95% of this wave. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so it's not a hard thing for me to hit Charles and be like, yo, what's good? What's going on, homie? It's not a hard thing for me to hit Mickey on BlackBerry Messenger just to say what's up. Just, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, I don't like feeling like I'm a person that's the only time I fuck with you is when it comes to music.
Right.
And that's one of the things, like, if we're playing a relationship game, then you need to have those relationships based on something other than I need you to make my track hot. You need me to make your track hot. Because then everything is forced. I hate forcing shit. Like, I've done joints with Sky and Stimuli and Torre before, and you can ask all three of them. I was probably the last person that hit them up like, yo, let's do a joint together, because I wanted to make sure it was the right joint.
Right.
That doesn't mean that me and them didn't run into each other, didn't speak, or didn't do shows together at the same time before we did a joint together. But once we did, that song stood for something. You know what I mean? And it made sense, and we were all kind of on the same page. And I think a lot of times people do collabs because they feel like they need that name to get them the attention. I don't want to do it just to, I don't ever want somebody to listen, and I know it's going to happen regardless. That's just the way fan bases work. But I would rather you listen to me by myself than listen to my song because you want to hear that person.
Right.
And not me. And you know what I mean? Like,
I got you. Yeah.
But that's going to sound crazy. But if you think about it, it's not. Because if you only listening to my song because Mickey's on it, you could give a fuck about what I say. If you only listening to my song because Sky's on it, my verses is going to be a blur to you. But if you're comfortable with me to the point where you understand that that feature is just an extension of the concept that song was about, then now you're going to want to hear the whole thing. You're going to want to hear how that other artist feeds into the concept and how we made something that stands up, So I think it's a good thing, though. It's like, I mean, again, like, it's a semi-privileged position because I know everybody can't do that. Outside the box, I'm outside looking into the window they box me in. Just browsing, looking at what's now since I know what I'm about to get. I hate window shopping. I'd rather shop when I know what I want. Get in, get out, get it right, get lost. Look, honey, I'm trying to get money to the point I don't care what it costs. But life's about more than just bread. 2 slices ain't a sandwich, boss. Need the meat, the cheese, the lettuce, and the tomatoes, and the mayo on my sandwich, boss. Listen, the bread just holds it all together. You can still make a salad, huh? What? So make mine with balsamic vinaigrette till my shipment of the whole week come. Done. Nope, I ain't out of my mind. I just color outside of the lines. Something like that.
All right.
And fuck it. The last
So
joint,
punchlines, obviously, in that trying to get at people, hit the rewind button.
Yeah, see, it's no fun if you get everything the first time around. You need to be able to go back.
What's
like,
the balsamic line?
Well, the whole idea was to say, bread equates to money. But bread alone isn't a sandwich. 2 slices ain't a sandwich, boss. Need the meat, the cheese, the lettuce, and the tomatoes, and the mayo on my sandwich, boss, which means it's more to life to me than just the 2 slices of bread on the outside.
Right.
So, you don't need the bread. You can still make a salad with the meat, the cheese, the lettuce, and the tomatoes. So I said, make my salad with balsamic vinaigrette, salad dressing, until my shipment of the whole wheat come.
All right.
Whole wheat bread. So
No doubt.
that was the idea behind that. I think a lot of the time people come into the industry and they don't necessarily understand the business side of it. They think that It's all about artistic expression. It's all about being creative. It's all about music. And as long as your music is there, everything else will take care of itself. And to some extent, that's true. But then you realize at the same time, we're in the business of music. This is the music business. Not to sound cynical or anything like that, but if you don't have your business on point, there are a bunch of people that, and I hate to say it, but just being honest, that work in offices like this. Some of them don't work in offices like this. But if they realize that you don't have that knowledge, they're going to take you for everything you're worth if you don't know your own worth, So with me and my management situation, it was kind of just one of those things where, we kind of had to go our separate ways management-wise. He's still involved in, in operations and things that are going on, but, we both had to just be realistic with each other and say, look, if we can't go any further than this, then we need to find another role. And because it's in both of our interests for me to be successful. It's not just in my interest, because once you start taking on a team and once you have other people that work with you and believe in you, it's not just me that I have to worry about. I mean, of course, any sort of failure falls squarely on me because I'm the face of everything. But when it comes down to it, there are other people who are sacrificing their time and, sacrificing their effort and energy to try and make sure that things work with me. And I have to make sure that I give them the same exact opportunity to be successful. So, it's not the sort of thing where, like, we had an ugly split or, it was bad business or, it's just the sort of thing where we have to say, look, we're in a business and we need to do the thing that's best for us business-wise, and it's a hard decision to make, and a lot of people aren't. It took me a long time to even come to that decision because I'm a loyal dude, and I wouldn't want somebody to do something like that to me. So, I had to think really long and hard about it, but when it came down to it, I realized that, I have to be responsible for myself and my career, and I have to do things that's going to be in my best interest. And if I'm not strong enough to make a decision like that on this level, then I'm never going to be strong enough to make a decision like that on the next level. And luckily, the person that I was working with was, mature enough to understand that and be willing to, play a different position in everything that's going on. So, now it's just a matter of kind of like getting the eyes and ears of the right people, because I'm not coming in the game naked. Like, I have a resume. I have accomplishments that some people that have deals don't have. It's just a matter of, let's get that operation moving right, and if not, then let's not waste our time.
Right.
So that's kind of, people say the shit will make you into an asshole or it'll make you a certain way, but I'll be honest, like, if everything was to go right the first time around, you probably wouldn't appreciate it as much. And I think I'm gonna appreciate it that much more knowing that I put it on my shoulders, and I mean, I'm still treading water. I'm here doing the interview now, so I must be doing something right in the interim time where, things aren't as structured as maybe they should be,